You have to start again, Komal.
Okay, so hello everyone, welcome to this session of group discussion. Today we have Naman, Pavia, Mandip and Harshita and myself Komal as the participant of this group discussion. Today we are discussing on the topic, fame is a double-edged sword. Fame is a state of being recognized by the masses, well known by a myriad of people. As we all know, that fame can give a person immense love and happiness from their followers, and at the same time, it can bring in criticism. So, on the same way, I want to know the viewpoint of my fellow participants, and we are starting with Mandeep.
Fame is double-edged sword. It will make you gain status and popularity, but lose motivation and creativity. As we all know that fame has double-edged sword. It it may have some pros and some cons, but sometimes it's really very difficult for a person to live a normal life. And some celebrities cannot go publicly like other peoples can do, and some famous people don't have uh, any kind of real friends with whom they can share their feelings, their emotions, and that what is happening in their life. And that's why that's the reason that most of the people suffer from isolation. And some people don't have any kind of privacy because everything is available about them on social media and everywhere. And sometime it's happened that if some person's fame fades, so it may leads to stress or depression, and the person can make some wrong decisions. So
Okay, Mandeep. Now, I would like to request Bhavya to give her points.
Fame is definitely a double-edged sword, but most of the time it happens to have positive effect on a person, because if somebody is gaining fame, it's not because he or she does not want it, and they are actually working for it. So if they're getting attention, that's what they want right now, and that's what they want to get to feel successful in their life and to have a powerful impact on other people. So there are many celebrities as well as other celebrities who enter the politics, as well as they're representing the nation and their career as an entertainer and promoting the ideas of people in front of the people, because the way they act, they feel the emotions that are usually felt by the day-to-day human beings. So they promote that and get that into notice with the government, as well as they're definitely getting a special treatment in a lot of stuff. But that's just one of the positive effects. If we cannot say, like, it's not like that we can only get something without something giving in return. So of course they have to face some problems as well as privacy issues, but they actually want that. So yeah.
Okay, greatly said, Bhavya. Now, Harshita is next.
Yeah, so in my opinion, it is a double-edged sword, but I feel that after a period of after a period of happiness, contentment, and motivation, there comes this vicious cycle of demotivation, mental stress, uh, you know, insecurities, and all that. So I'll be starting with a few points. Like after you get fame, you are expected. Like there are a lot of expectations made from you, and then there comes a stress on you that you have to fulfill all of them. Also, like as as Mandeep said, that there are chances of getting fake friends. I agree. Like Justin Bieber, in in one of his interview, told that, like he was friends with a lot of people who was there just for his money and fame. And yeah, so and also I'm gonna tell you, like, as per if we go by the researches, it is come like it's stated, it has been found out that the fame first leads to a very happy and contented period in life, but then it leads to the opposite of it. So I feel there are a lot of negative effects of fame. Like you just can't, you just can't roam in streets normally. You just can't go to any places publicly because people over there will ultimately come around you, gather you. Also, like you people might have seen some videos where the crowd gets so maddened, like they get so mad that they even just start breaking the lines of bodyguards and all that stuff. And there have been chances where people have also slapped or somewhat hit the celebrities and all. uh, so also like especially in Hollywood, especially in the Western culture, this paparazzi is very prevalent. So every time a celebrity, and it's being prevalent in India too now. So every time a celebrity or a film actor or a sports person, moves out of their home, they are just they just find them all around paparazzi. And so this so you just can't be yourself. You need to think the way you need to be. You just need to carry yourself in the way others want, isn't it? So you just can't be yourself. Also, I'll be telling, like, in the death case of the 48-year-old Whitney Houston, it was found that fame can closely mirror substance abuse and result in uh, isolation, dysfunctional adaptation to fame, and mistrust. So there and like we have been, we are all aware of what happened with Sushant Singh Rajput. So while we were, scrolling the news things and all that, so there were many who said that maybe he was murdered by a few friends and all, you know. So that's all, that can be also counted as a negative aspect of fame. So I would rest my case here.
Okay. So I would like
Also,
to
I would,
say,
yeah, I would
uh-huh.
say, I would say one more thing that Komal said in her introduction, that fame can even lead to criticism and the criticism and contempt. So like when the CAA thing was happening, Deepika Padukone took a stand against CAA, and like all the Andhbhaks and the Modi supporters, um, they just all started um, spreading misleading news about Deepika. They started criticizing her in a lot many ways, and her film Shapak also got criticized by the fans who were the Modi supporters.
Yeah. So I feel like that when it is said that fame brings isolation and depression and all, so what I believe that fame, it is on the person's mental strength and emotional strength. One can, not everybody is suffering from depression who are famous. It depends on certain people who do not have that some sort of mental strength that would help them to ignore those criticism and move on with their life. And they can also look to the better side of fame. Like fame brings, increases the confidence of a person, and because fame helps to become that person influencer, they can promote what they believe in. Also, it gives opportunities to develop in life. And a person, like if a person is famous, he is more motivated to work harder to present a best version of themselves in front of their fans. And uh, it is not only, it's like a compelling reason for the desirability of fame is the inspirational and humbling mail received. Fame results in adoration and appreciation from fervent fans in the form of heartfelt letters and mail, which helps in providing support. And it also brings, as we all know, that it brings a good amount of wealth to a person who is very famous, and it gives a social celebrity status. So that's it from my side. Now I would like to request Naman to speak his points.
Some people work hard to famous and some others get fame even if they do not want it due to working in a certain fields. Fame is a byproduct of success. These days, there are many opportunities such as social media apps to earn fame, but fame is a double-edged sword. That means it has both positive and negative consequences. If fame starts to fade, it may lead to depression in some people. Some famous people do not any real friends and suffer from isolation. It is difficult for celebrities to keep their personal lives secret. Celebrities have to cope up with on a daily basis. They cannot go to the place where the common people go, and they might have to spend more to stay in the luxury places to maintain their privacy. No matter what they do, there will be almost always be a criticism. There will be some expectations on them that they should have behave in a certain way. Many many have to cope up with the social media's trolls and criticism. Even their words can twist it, and someone can make a controversy out of it.
Okay, fine, Naman. Now, if anybody wants to ask anything from each other, please do so.
Yeah, I had a question for Mandip. Like she mentioned when she was saying that people when get fame, they lose their creativity. I don't think so that happens because they have to be creative. Now, since they're having fame about that from the creativity that got them there, they have to be creative enough to keep that going. So if they tend to lose creativity in themselves, they'll definitely tend to lose their fame as well.
I feel this is the same that's happening with Ananya Pandey right now.
Mandip, are you answering? Okay, let's move on for now. Harshita, Naman, do you have any other thing to ask?
Yeah, I have questions from Komal. You just said that it's upon the mental stability of the person to overcome those factors and look at the positive side of the thing. But you just can't keep on overcoming all the stances again and again. Like there'll be a day when you'll actually like any instance might happen and you'll feel as if okay, and you'll just melt down. So we can't just deny over the fact that celebrities do they do go through this stuff. It's mental instability, isolation, mistrust, and all.
Yeah. So what I believe is that I have seen many examples. I have heard from many celebrities when they say that they ignore the people who talk bad about them. They just block their numbers and they just overcome that criticism. So I just want to say, if those people can do that, then many other people can also take that path. And it is like, obviously fame will bring some criticism, or like it's like, if we want to score better in our exams, we have to sacrifice something. Okay, and we have to sacrifice our phone, using our phone, playing outside, and many other things like that. So to to be more famous, people the famous people have to go through these criticism, and it is now on us, like how we handle it. If we just sit upon it like I cannot play because of my studies, then neither part of it is getting benefited. But if we look to the better side of it, that I can get better score, so that uh, worst part will be ignored. And in the same way, famous people also can do that, that they can ignore the uh, bad part of, like, the criticism and all, and they can look towards its positive side, that it is giving so much happiness to them in many other different ways. So it's always like looking towards the positive side of it rather than just sitting upon. And a person can ignore several things. A mental strength can be built in these ways.
Like in the case of Kangna
Yeah, I
Ranaut,
completely agree with that.
like in the case of Ranaut, she just places so many. She says stuff that half of the population know it's true, and more like there are minute people who have to be like, it's not, and they have to criticize about her. But the way she's taking criticism on all those things and how her Twitter got banned and all that, it's she does not have any paper. After that, you did not see her in the newspaper being so dramatic about it. That happened, that happened. How could they do that to me? Sort of.
Yeah, like see, Kangana Ranaut is like that was a complete different case. That was something politics ingrained in that thing. So let's not talk about that because that's something related to politics. Yeah, I completely agree with your point, Cole. But I like it's like Deepika Padukone herself was a victim of depression. You know, Deepika Padukone was one of the most like highest paid Bollywood actors. She herself. So I just feel the expectations that are made from you sometimes just weigh you down, and not just that. Uh, Many stances are there, and also I would like to counter you on one thing that people send them, nice and motivating messages over mails and greeting cards and all that. But you know, there are a lot of goons, stupid people who send them, obscene or vulgar messages, videos, try to, try to, put them in some obscene videos and all that. So these things are also a negative aspect of fame. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree to that. That is why fame is a double-edged sword, because somewhere or the other there are negative
Yeah.
effects. But yeah.
Yes, I have one question.
So we just can't, deny this mental instability thing.
Yeah,
I
but
have a
it's
question.
like, it's a thing that we can work on that. We just cannot just merely sit and, like, I have gone into depression, oh my god, I can never recover from it. So we can get through that, or we can get over through this criticism and all. Okay, but these come when fame is there, these criticism and
Yeah.
everything comes. Yeah, Mandeep, you can ask your question.
And you might take a temporary halt in your study.
Yes, I have a question that you from Bhavya and Komal that you said that uh, if person is confident that there is no need to be uh, negative about it. So I just want to say that if person is extremely confident and somehow it's being fixed, then what happens? What happens with them? They will not
Background
take
noise.
stress or they will not take any type of stress or depression. How they will handle their situation?
Can you just repeat? You are unaudible.
Again,
Yeah.
I was saying, yeah, I was saying that if person is extremely confident about his or her fame, so sometime it happens with everyone that somehow their fame fades. Then how they feel with their stress, depression, and whatever kind of situation they face on that time. So what will how they manage them?
Mandeep, I could not
She's
comprehend your
basically trying to say
question.
that
Uh-huh.
she's basically trying to say that if a person is confident, then there is no need to be affected by the negative there's no need to be affected by the negative aspects of fame, like you people said. So in conditions of stress, depression, how is the person supposed to overcome?
See, first of all, they have fame. They have a lot of
Like the way.
possibilities around themselves to overcome. Like all the psychologists and they can therapists, they can definitely go to them. It's not so costly for them. As for the normal people, of course, it is. So that's one way. And other, they have to give themselves some me time, sort of. Maybe they can just run off to a country for a while, other country, like for a vacation, and have their own time. So they'll definitely cope up, because when they are stepping up into fame, they know that what other things that are coming with it. So they have their own coping mechanism, how to deal with that without losing their mental health.
Yeah, it's like that. If you are into a field, you get experiences of each and everything. You get trained automatically to cope up with these negative things. It's like that. If we are studying, we know that we can cope up with many negative things like scolding from teachers and everything. So we are habitual to that. So that's it. And anybody else, anything? That's it. Okay, so finally, I just want to say that fame, we have discussed that fame is really a double-edged sword. So it is really depends from person to person. Some people can earn more money with the fame they got, and some others suffer from the negative ones, negative consequence of fame. A few people handle fame well by utilizing it to their advantage without falling into its trap. So it basically on person to person how they deal with it. So that's it.